And today, is there any specific belief system you follow?
I'm glad you asked that, because when they attacked me, when the Matrix attacked me, they said that I purport misogyny and I believe in chauvinistic principles and all this absolute garbage. And when they said that about me, I understood it's very important that I create a list and explain to the world exactly what I believe. So without looking unprofessional, I've written it down. I would like to actually say I've written 41 tenets of thing I believe in. And if you hear any that you disagree
41 tenets.
41 tenets.
Interesting.
If you disagree with any of them, I would love to hear feedback on any of them. So these are the 41 things I believe in most. And before I read out this framework, it doesn't matter if you are a Muslim, a Christian. It doesn't matter if you're black or white, weak or strong. I think if any man lives true to these tenets, they're going to have a fantastic relationship with life. And also they're going to be a good force and good influence for people around them. And I think that all in all, they're going to enjoy their experience, their human experience, and the people close to them will also enjoy their presence. So that's what this is about. These are the 41 things I believe in. So here we go. I believe that men have the divine imperative to become as capable, powerful, and competent as possible in this life. I reserve my human right to hold my own beliefs and practice them as I see fit and allow other people the same right to believe and act as they wish. I prefer loving, rewarding, consensual relationships with beautiful, positive, and virtuous women. I believe men and women are different and that each has their own unique and important strengths and abilities. I believe men have the sacred duty to protect and provide for the important people in their lives. I believe men have the sacred duty to protect the innocence and sanctity of their children and reserve the right and responsibility to raise their children as they see best to ensure their long-term happiness and success. I believe that men have the sacred duty to raise strong, capable, and honorable sons. I believe that men have the sacred duty to raise kind, feminine, and virtuous daughters. I utterly disapprove of violence within romantic or familiar relationships. I support good and honest governments and will obey their laws. I prefer to only conduct business dealings with trusted and vetted brothers. I believe that a man has the sacred duty to hold true to his word and do exactly what he says he will do. I believe that a man's life is difficult and that he has the sacred duty to become strong to handle such difficulty. I believe men are personally responsible for their actions and for the results they achieve in their lives. I believe in emotional control and the vital need to become disciplined and professional in all things. I believe that men have the sacred duty to approach everything in life from a position of strength. I believe that all men have the sacred duty to become men of upright and virtuous character and live above all possible reproach. I believe it is incumbent upon me to ruthlessly identify my own weaknesses and limitations, and I eagerly work to overcome them and become more capable in all realms. I seek to improve my personal freedom to think, act, and live true to my masculine imperative in all ways. I believe each man has a sacred duty to mold the physical body into the strongest, most resilient, and most capable version of itself. I believe that men have the sacred duty to rigorously train themselves, both physically and mentally, every day. I believe that I have the sacred duty to only eat the highest quality foods possible. I reserve the right to protect the sanctity of my bloodstream and make my own decisions about medical care and procedures. I affirm the importance of endlessly improving my mental faculties through diligent work, study, and practice. I believe in acquiring wealth and abundance in order to improve my life and do good for those I care about. I believe in the merits of healthy competition and constantly encourage all men to seek out competition to improve themselves. I believe that masculine brotherhood is essential to men's mental health, happiness, and success. And I relentlessly encourage men to meet together, train together, and work together. I maintain the trust of my brothers through reverent silence regarding our most sacred and shared experiences. I believe in honoring my ancestors and living in a way that would make most of them proud of me today. I reserve the right to administer difficult rites of passage for our young men to allow them to earn the rank of manhood. I affirm the importance and need for travel and adventure as men. I seek to help men overcome poor mental health through embracing hard work, physical improvements, and shared masculine brotherhood. I reserve the right to make the best choices I can at the time to protect myself and respect my mental health. I do good in the world and seek to help those less fortunate. I believe all men have the responsibility to lead and guide those they care about for greater health, prosperity, and happiness. I choose to only interact with those who are respectful and civil to me in return for my own respectfulness and civility. I reserve the freedom to speak and refer to others as I believe is best and most truthful. I reserve the right to choose my company and include only those whom I believe are best for my health, happiness, and success. I believe I have an imperative to only spend my time in a way that I determine is beneficial, uplifting, and empowering to myself and others. I choose to only allow myself to be influenced by those who I believe have my best interests in mind. And the final one, Each day, I dedicate myself anew to create the greatest possible positive impact on the world and do the work necessary to achieve a greater masculine excellence across all realms of human endeavor. Those are the 41 things.
Powerful.
Thank you.
When did you write that?
I wrote this last night, about half of them, and the other half on the way here.
Wow.
You said last night you
Yes.
came up with this?
Yeah, I decided to.
Second, you making he's working full time at a fast food place. Good. I need you to have another part time job because you're making $14 an hour at McDonald's. You can go over to On Q or Circle K or a convenience store and make another $14 an hour. $14 an hour one place is $28,000 one year. Then another 14, that's $42,000. Then you can actually be in a position to move out of your mama's house, move into an all furnished apartment, get you a little sugar shaker or a bike, and get out there and start doing something. See, men, we have to work. I cannot hear that I'm broke, and then you're only working 40 hours a week. That does not compute with me. You got to work. You got to work and you're getting paid for the hours. You know, here's the thing: this things to start correct themselves. Once a man puts himself in a position where his head's a little bit on straight, and it does not have to be perfect. You can't wait till this is perfect. You got to do all these things at the same time. Start getting your head together, get the hours up, and then you have to get a skill set. College ain't for everybody. It's not everything everyone needs. Get a trade. There are plenty of things to do. What is going to be useful? Get a trade in something that's going to be useful. We have to get back to where we value blue collar labor. You know, I'm a big proponent of blue collar. I call them blue Henrys. You know, yeah, the white collar.
Break down what does Henry mean for people who don't know.
Henry is high earner, not rich yet. That came from Forbes. And see, the white collar men get all the shine, but you know, white collar men, it's a longer path, takes more to get to the end, and most small business owners are blue collar. Plumbers, electricians, HVAC technicians, truck drivers who own a logistics firm. There's a lot of opportunities. We mentioned Gary Vee. He wasn't a great student. He's a multimillionaire and owns one of the most prolific social media firms in the world. Get your head right, get your money, get you some sort of certification or skill to where you can actually start making yourself of use, because fast food is not a long-term thing. Then you got to start networking with other people and start working together. When you work with a group of people, one of the reasons my career went the way it was is because I was with a group of 7 people to where we all moved each other up. I only want you in the house sleeping, showering, and on the bathroom. There's no reason to be at home. You gotta get the work done, because here's the thing. Do that for at least 5 years. Put your head down, work your butt off, and you will look up and the rest of your life will be brighter possibilities. You have more potential and brighter possibilities you ever thought you could have. Or if you continue to do what you do, you're going to continue to get what you got, and now you'll have no one else to blame but yourself, because at least now you've been given the direction. Now, from that point on, you make adjustments. But I'm a big proponent in your rat pack, your group of guys you hang around with, mentoring and coaching. But those 2 things require resources and money. Everything else I gave you is just up to you. That's the underlying thing. But if you are doing your work, following your why, your life will be fulfilling enough to where you can, whatever you attract, you'll attract like-minded people. And you'd be surprised that women are even drawn to that. But it doesn't have to, women should not be the reason. They should be the add-on. They're the helpmeet. They're there to be, I hate to use this term, but I will. They're an add-on for you. And see, when you grow up without a father or that kind of thing, you know, we're trying to please mom so much. So guys get lost in that. So they take their eye off their purpose and they start trying to do this. And that's too much pressure to be over there. See, more men need to be around other men. If we have to build an organization, we are going to rank ourselves. Someone has to be the CEO, CFO, CIO, the regional manager, this, that, and the workers. We have learned how to work together by ranking ourselves, and there's no problem in ranking. You can have even like on YouTube, it goes in cycles. You may be hot, but how can you be helpful or useful to somebody else? And men have to realize that you gain more gratification out of life by
Learn a skill or learn a craft, network, and then goes as the last thing on the list. So there's an order of priority you want to do. So number one, figure out your purpose. Now, this is something that takes time, no matter who you are, and you may not find it right away. It may take maybe weeks, months, years. It could even be a hobby, and you don't know until like the last day or like that day they actually like blow up. I'm just saying, if you're a young guy, you got to know why you're here, and as men, we have to add value. So you got to figure out what your value is to the world, or even to yourself and to others, and then at that point, kind of trying to like master that craft. So, for example, mine's very articulate. He's very good at stating facts, and he has a gift for debating and dealing with topics. And he was a pretty good agent. So his skill has created this dynamic where on the show he's excellent at debating. That's his skill. He's mastered it over a period of time of being articulate, learning how to speak, and as a result, it shows on the show. Myself as well. I'm good at networking. Some of you say, "Oh, that's not really a good skill." That right there, guys, has a lot of things in place for it. It means you have to be friendly, you have to be humble, you have to also be able to judge people's characters from the jump, and also be aware of certain things. So I'm just saying, a skill that you can learn can take you to places that you never imagined. But I'm just saying, if you're young, try to figure out why you're here, how you can add value. And as a result, once you figure that out, I'm telling you right now, life will be way more fulfilling because you actually know what you're doing, what you're about, and that confidence will come because girls will say, "Oh wow, are you so confident? Shit, I know why I'm here. I know my purpose, my passion, and I'm focused on that." So that's number one. Number two is like I said, skill and craft. So for example, you may not know what you want to do, and people say, "Oh, just go to school, get a degree." Guys, real talk. If you don't know what you're doing, you go to school, you get end up in debt, and that can be really bad for you. So we're saying find a skill. It could be an online skill like e-commerce, affiliate marketing. It could be YouTube, Twitch. It could be crypto. The point is find a skill you can learn or trading and master that skill. Or it could be a trade. It could be like plumbing, welding, electrician. Find something you could do now to make money so it can help you either now or in the future. And then networking as well is important because if you're young, guys, if you're in school or if you're on the come up or you're doing a hobby, people can help you advance in life. And you never know who it could be. It could be somebody you meet in the gym, somebody you meet at playing tennis or playing a sport, somebody you meet even at your job or at school. That person can help you network to meet somebody that actually can help you in life, or it could be that person as well. So we're just saying, be open to new experiences and scenarios. Don't be inside all day. If you're doing nothing, just like watching TV and eating fast foods. The point is, get out there, experience, network, and you never know who you're gonna meet. And lastly, girls is gonna be last on the list. Now we're not saying be a monk and never talk to girls ever. We're saying when you do all these things, right? You finish your day, work is done. You've worked on yourself. You hit the gym, and you're pretty much done with your day. Then, if you want to, you can chill with a chick after all these things have been done. But if that's your main focus, girls, I'm telling you right now, guys, if you're young, focusing on girls, it's a dub.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So fantastically put right there, man. I like that a lot right there. And the thing I want to say is
Perfect.
18 to 25, guys, is where you're going to build your foundation. Okay. Because if you don't have, because between 18 to 25, those are going to be some of your most critical years that's going to dictate whether you live a life of abundance or you live a life of poverty.
Facts.
Okay. Because the issue is this: the thing that you can't get back is your youth and your ability to work, right? Like we always say, women piss away their youth, being hoes or whatever. Men piss away their youth by not being productive. One more time for you guys, so you guys get this through your fucking head, man, because I need y'all to really understand this shit. Now I got to really like go in a little bit because a lot of guys are so content, especially over here on on the RP side of the internet. Women waste their youth and just be stupid hoes, and then they complain about on TikTok, dumb bitches. They fucking go ahead and just fuck the alpha, and then leave all the nerds, and then that nerd grows up and becomes a somebody, and then now all of a sudden now she wants it back. Yeah, here's the thing: women waste their time by riding the cock carousel and pissing away their ability to lock down a high value guy. Guys fuck up by not taking their youth seriously and working really hard when they have the time and energy and ability to do so without too much of a problem. Okay. So women piss away their youth by not meeting the right guy. You piss away your youth by not working correctly the right way. So you need to really take that 7 years, guys, and fucking grind. Girls are at the bottom of the totem pole.
Yep.
Okay. They're at the bottom of the totem pole. When these girls at 18 to 25 should be finding a man, you should not be looking for a girl. See the difference here? Because you have more time, which means you need to take that time that you have, that 7-year window where girls should be trying to find a guy. You should be taking it to become that fucking guy. One more time. While girls are trying to find a guy between 18 to 25, which is what they should be doing when they're in their peak, you need to make sure that you become that fucking guy. so that by the time you're in your 30s, you're that dude that the young girls are looking for, okay? If they had common sense and were smart. But most girls ride the CC, so it is what it is. But regardless, we tell you guys to become successful not for the girls, but for yourself anyway, okay? Why? Well, there's a multitude of reasons. What do I always say? Competence leads to accomplishments, which then leads to what? Confidence.
Competence.
And when you have confidence, guys, there's a certain type of magnetic